Okay, so we are going to talk about challenge groups. Just let me go ahead and screen share with you guys. Share my screen. Okay, now tell me what you guys see here. It's having trouble getting, okay. Okay. Can you guys see my FitBuzz squad?
Yeah.
Picture? Yes. All right, I'm going to leave it like this because I'm going to jump around a little bit. I'm not going to expand it. But is this big enough on your screen for you to see?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to start out by talking about what is a challenge group. Basically, a challenge group is a safe place created to lead a group of people who want to work together, helping and supporting one another reach their goals. And when people ask me what a challenge group is, that's exactly what I tell them. I tell them that it's a safe place, that it's a group of ladies who we're all trying to be healthy, we're all trying to do the best we can every single day, and we support each other along the way. Whenever someone's having a great day or a great on-point day, a lot of times they'll post their meals, they'll post their workouts, and it really holds everybody accountable. And for me, I'm really passionate about it because I have been really changed by the challenge groups. The challenge groups have held me very, very accountable. As a mom who's staying at home, it was really hard for me before I had the challenge groups to stay on track because I would get so caught up with my day or the errands or the kids. And by the end of the day, I was so tired and I really had no motivation. So the challenge groups really got me motivated. There was that post every single day that I had to answer, I had to do something, and it really, really motivated me. And I was able to lose all my baby weight right away after I had Easton. And it's just been able to keep me on track and just keep me going. So I'm super passionate about it. So an apprentice coach is a term you're going to hear a lot. Apprentice coach is basically, and a lot of people will call this a featured coach or an apprentice coach or even a co-leader of a challenge group. So it's a new coach. Ideally, this is a new coach who's shadowing their sponsor coach by co-leading the group. So basically, this is where the brand new coach should be in this group. They should be taking notes. They should be asking questions. They should be paying attention to everything that their sponsor coach is doing so that they can learn how to lead their own group. So you want to be checking out the file section as an apprentice coach. You want to start taking the files, downloading to your own computer so that you have those. Even some of the photos in the preseason, you want to start keeping folders of those pictures so that you have those to use for your own group. Your goal by 2016. Now, I just want to encourage all of you. Just your goal by 2016, for 2016, not by 2016, but for the whole year, focus on building your tribe. So what I mean by that is focus on building a group of like-minded people in your group who are supportive of one another, people who are friend requesting one another, people who are meeting up with each other and forming accountability and success groups. So your first group might be small, and that's totally fine. Start small. Give it your 100% and grow. Grow your group every month by adding 3 to 5 challengers or apprentice coaches, which if you're going to sign up challengers or coaches, add 3 to 5 challengers a month, and your group is just going to grow and grow and grow, and you're going to end up having coaches of your own that are going to branch off and start doing their own groups as well. Now, I really wanted to know what it was like for other coaches, because for me, when I first signed up as a coach, I was in Jessica Lauder, she's my sponsor coach. I was in her group, and the whole first month, I was just itching to lead my own group. Hey, can everybody mute themselves just because there's a little bit of background noise? I was just itching the whole time to lead my own group, and when she told me that Brittany Leggett and Lindsay Matway had passed down challenge posts and challenge templates for us to use and just kind of copy and paste and pick and choose whatever we wanted, I was like, all right, I'm ready to go, you know? And I literally just took those challenge posts and I just used them. I didn't try to reinvent them. I didn't try to rewrite them. I just did my best, and I just pick and chose from the different templates, and I just went with it. One a day, I'd post one post every single day. So I asked in the Diamond Hideaway, and I'm going to shoot on over. Let me cross out any messages here. I'm going to shoot on over the Diamond Hideaway. This is Brittany Leggett's Diamond group. So this is everybody in her downline who is a Diamond coach gets added to this group. And so you can have a little sneak peek into it. But I asked a quick question to them. I asked them, how many challenge groups did you co-host or apprentice with your sponsor coach before you branched off and did your own group or a group with a success partner? And as you can see, every single person that's in this Diamond Hideaway did one group or two groups with their sponsor coach before they just decided to take the reins and go on and do their own group. So what this is showing, in my opinion, and you can even look at this as fact, because if you look at the survey, you see that the Diamond coaches in Dynasty United are leading their own groups. They started leading their own groups, and they just, whether they knew what they were doing or not, because I know I didn't, we just went ahead and did it. And then I said, please comment below how many challengers you had when you did your first group. And this includes the personally sponsored coaches that you signed up. And Brittany had 0. She had her first coach, Candace Mary, and 14 customers, her first group. Okay, so she had 5 people in her group. 4 people. She started her first group with 4 people. This girl joined with 3 other coaches. Together, they had a group of 12 or 15. I had 5 total in my first group, and 2 of them were coaches that I signed up, and 1 was my husband. Peyton had a unique situation. She became a coach in January, apprentice. Laura in February, and March was the 21-day fix. So she had that group. She did that group alone. 5 people was her first month as a coach. Challenger in 1, became a coach, had 5 people. It looks like, average of 3 to maybe 10 challengers, but 5 looks like the average number, really. 3 to 4, 5, 3. So this just goes to show that you really don't need to have a huge group to have a successful group. And what I said earlier about giving it your 100%, and what I mean by that is, if you are really sticking to your fitness, really sticking to your Shakeology and your healthy meals, you are going to be giving your challenge group your 100% because you're giving your fitness your 100%. So give that group your all. Give inviting to the group your all. Give running the group your all. Really put your heart and soul into that group, and your challengers are going to catch that vibe. Okay. So why should you run your own challenge group? There's so many reasons. These are just 6 reasons. So number 1, you gain credibility because you are the top coach, okay? Regardless of your rank, regardless of anything, you are the top coach in that group. Whether you have apprentice coaches or not, all of your challengers and all of your future customers and all your friends are going to see you as that top coach. You are the leader. So that's going to give you credibility. And the more groups you run and the more groups people see you advertising for where you are leading your own groups, you are going to gain even more credibility that way. Number 2, you're held to a higher position of accountability since no one else is going to post or check in if you forget. So if you don't check into your group for 2 days, your group, no one's going to have liked or commented on anything. Or, if you aren't going to check in or answer your own challenge post, the other coaches and the other challengers aren't going to answer them as well. So this is like I was saying before, if you give it your 100%, if you let that group hold you accountable the way you're wanting your challengers to be held accountable by that group, your group is going to thrive and people are going to be getting results in your group. Number 3, you can add your own personality and style, and that's going to attract others like you that need your help. So when you're doing in someone else's group or when you're co-leading a group, you have to mesh with everyone else's personality in the group. But when you're running your own challenge group, you can do whatever you want. One awesome example is Katie Stambon. I don't know if any of you have ever seen some of her challenge posts, but she is so creative. She comes up with a different theme every single month. I mean, from New Kids on the Block to some TV show that she loves or something. She just thinks of all these different things, and that is totally not really my style. I like to do more like personal development themes and stuff like that, and that's just my style. And she had just took the reins and she added her own personality, and she attracts other coaches who are and challengers who love those same things as her and that need her help, need someone like her to help them. Number 4, your team, even if it's just one coach, they're going to duplicate what you're doing, and then they're going to branch off and start doing their own groups too. So you want your coaches to do what you're doing, so you want to also be the leader in your group. Number 5, this is a huge reason. It's way, way easier than it seems. A lot of people overthink it. My hugest fear when I was running my own groups, especially at the very beginning, was I would be advertising for a group, let's say for the February challenge, okay? Because back then I just called it the March challenge, the January challenge. I just named the month the challenge. And I was like, I need 5 people. And then I would sell one challenge pack, and I would be like, oh no, what am I going to do? I just told this one challenger that I have this group for them to join, and I only have them. What am I going to do? Okay. So you're going to have that worry, but don't have that worry. What you want to do is you want to wake up every morning and you want to say, I am fully capable of running this group. I am going to attract people that are fully willing to join this group and go along with the vision that I have for this group. And just remember, it's way easier than it seems. So number 6, it's what you need to be doing as soon as possible if you expect to build a thriving business. If you want to be a business builder, if you really want to get Success Club every single month, you've got to be running your own group. You got to step up to the plate and really commit to running that group. So repeat after me. And you guys are muted, so you can repeat this and not feel weird. I am a top coach who is fully capable of leading a thriving team. Okay? Because when I was a new coach, I didn't realize that I was capable of leading a thriving team, of leading anything. Okay? I had a bad attitude. Okay? But I decided that I was going to start thinking like a top coach. What happened was I did a group new coach training with Brittany Leggett and a bunch of the other leaders. And I realized, and we all did like a video, and I did a video on it was a personal development topic, and it was just one of those personal development topics that just clicks in your mind. And I realized that I was thinking small. And what I want you to do is start thinking big. Start thinking like a top coach. Because you can fake it till you make it with this business, because even the top coaches now are still faking it till they make it, because you are never going to learn everything there is to know about this business. You're never going to be the best person you can be, because you can always grow and you can always learn and you can always do more. So start thinking like that now. I really like this quote. You must be the person you've never had the courage to be. Gradually, you'll discover that you're that person, but until you can see it clearly, you must pretend and invent. So make sure everybody's muted. If someone's not muted, go ahead and mute yourself. I love this quote and I love this picture with the chess pieces, because go ahead and start pretending. Go ahead and start inventing yourself, okay? So this little thing says play video, because I'm not going to play this whole thing, but I wanted you guys to see my first ever challenge group intro video that I made. I hope my internet's fast enough. Can you guys see the video? If you can't, someone unmute yourself and tell me. Maybe I'll do X.
Preseason of the June
Here we go.
Challenge. We have less than 1 week until our challenge begins. It starts this coming Monday. Some of you have started your workouts already, but that's okay. The official group starts this Monday. I just want to welcome all of you to the group and let you know how excited I am to be your coach for the next 60 days.
And this was after
I'll
like
talk with you each individually about your goals.
20 clips
positive that
trying
all
to get
of you
this
are going
perfect.
to be successful. There's just a handful of things that I need you to do every day. 1, drink your Shakeology shake. 2, do your workout program. Most everybody has a rest day, but other than rest days, get your workout done every day. Eat a healthy diet. I'm going to be posting some resources on this page.
Okay, so you guys get the point. You don't have to be perfect to get started. Just just make that intro video, don't worry about how perfect it is. It doesn't have to be perfect. You're going to grow and grow and grow. And if you guys seen my challenge group videos now, they're a lot more professional looking. I'm a lot more confident of a speaker. I'm able to express myself. And that's because of coaching. That's because of the experience I've had with coaching and the things that I've learned and the things that I've read and all the people that I've seen helped, and the passion that I have now as a coach comes out. But you have to start somewhere. So how to plan for your challenge group. So number one, you have to choose, and you guys can screenshot this because I know it's a lot of writing. Number one, choose a start date for preseason to start. So, and you guys can do your challenge group. That's the thing. When you start running your own challenge groups, you can do it however you want. I know Katie Stambosh, I think she only does like 3 days of preseason. Like some people only do 3 days. Some people do a 5-day preseason. It's really up to you. When you run your own group, you can do whatever you want, which is the best part. So choose your date to start preseason. In my opinion, it's best to start planning 2 to 3 weeks before this date. So that's the perfect timing right now for you to start planning your 2016 Premier Challenge Group for your team is going to be in January, because you have exactly two-ish weeks until then to start it, okay? Number 2, you want to choose the length of your group, the theme of your group, the title of your group, and the expectations for your group. And what the coolest part about this is, when you run your own group, this is all up to you. If you want to do a 90-day group just about hammer and chisel, and you want to really focus in on that particular program and only help people with that program, that's completely up to you. If you want to do a Harry Potter challenge group and you want to attract people that like Harry Potter, you can do a challenge group about Harry Potter. You can title your group anything you want, and the expectations for your group. Maybe you're going to require Shakeology. Maybe you're not going to require Shakeology. I personally always have required Shakeology for my groups, and it's been a really good thing for me, building my business bigger and bigger. It's definitely been something that has helped me in my business, but that's not what everybody does. You might expect your challengers to do an intro video. Some people only expect their challengers to do a written intro. Some people expect their challengers to send pictures every single week on a certain date, or they get called out in the group and say, hey, this group of people didn't submit their measurements. Some coaches are really, really, really strict about that. It's just all different. There's just so many different ways. And the coolest part about our team is that there's so many different people you can meet and learn so many different styles of doing challenge groups, especially in Dynasty United. And I can always hook you up with success partners too that are like-minded and have the same expectations for their groups. And you can like bounce ideas off of people. So, and you can play around with this. You can change your expectations as you go along. I know I definitely have. So number 3, you can make a graphic. What you want to do is you want to make a graphic for your group. And while it's open in PicMonkey, recreate the same graphic in a couple other ways. That way you're going to save yourself time. You're going to be able to keep the things that you put on your graphic similar, but make the challenge post different. Like you might put 10 spots left, and then the next one that you recreate at the same time, you might make 5 spots left, and then you might make one last call, 1 spot left, must submit your application tonight or something. That way you have them already made ahead of time. Make sure you decide how many people you're looking for and a set sign-up deadline. I say 20 now. I used to say 5, then I started saying 10. It's just really how many people you're wanting to take on every single month. Number 5, I highly recommend you make a Wufoo form. Wufoo.com is a super easy website to use, and you can make a free account on there. You can make a simple sign-up form to use on your post. So if you've seen any of my posts or any of the other top coaches' posts, they always usually have a sign-up link for them to go. They click, and it goes to a form, and you fill out the online coaching questionnaire. I can't tell you how much that little thing boosted my business, because it really makes you look professional when people are like, oh, well, what happens if I click on that link? They click on the link, and they're like, wow, she's got a form and everything. Like, she's really legit. Okay, so that boosts your credibility again right there, is having that Wufoo form. And it's going to take you like 20 minutes to make it. You can Feel free to go to mine and use the same information that's on mine and tweak it to be your personality or however you want to do it. So number 5, you want to write a post to advertise. You want to be sure that this is relatable. You want to write more than one post in different ways, but a good one is to show your results. And I don't mean just a before and after picture, but before and after pictures make awesome challenge posts because they get a lot of attention because people always cheer you on. But you can write about how you were before Beachbody and how you are now as a result of our products. If you've done the coach profile that I have for you guys to fill out, you've already done this because it asks you to talk about the way you were before and the way you are now. If you haven't filled out that coach profile for me yet, please ask me for the link for that and fill that out for me. I think I sent it to everybody a while back. So post 3 to 5 times a week about your group in a variety of ways. And I know you guys are like, I don't want to annoy my friends. I don't want to post about my group too much. Just remember that only like 10% of your Facebook friends happen to be online and happen to be in and happen to see your post. And so it's a very small amount of people who actually see that post. So if you post again the next night or the next day, maybe at a different time or something, a completely different group of people are going to see those posts. Not your entire Facebook friends list is not seeing everything you post. So don't feel like you're posting too much. 3 to 5 times a week is definitely a good rule of thumb. Number 6, then you want to privately invite 3 to 5 people every single day. Decide what your minimum is. And then follow up every 24 to 48 hours with the people who said, yes, tell me more. So if someone's like, oh yeah, I'm interested in that. I need to change something, about what I'm doing. Tell me more. And then you tell them more, but you didn't get an answer yet. 24 hours later, I always message them back, or 48 hours later, depending. And I keep just chatting with them, keeping the conversation going, and maybe even talking about things other than fitness too. So be proud of your group. When you're talking to people, be proud of your group. Talk up your group. Talk it up, okay? Cut out any and all negativity. And you might have negativity. You may have had your Shakeology ship late, and you may have had to go a week without Shakeology. But as a representative of Beachbody, you don't really want to tell everybody about that. I mean, obviously that's something that we want to address when it happens to our customers. But I mean, when you're talking to people about our products, when you're talking to people about the groups and stuff, be positive. Always be positive. Tell them the good, positive things, and just try not to be negative in any way. How to execute the group. And I'm going to go through this quick. How to execute. Number 1, you want to create your group. Make a group, okay? But don't add anybody to it yet. You don't want to add anybody to it because you're going to be filling this group with resources. And if you add everybody first, then their newsfeed's just going to be flooded with all these resources, and you don't want that, okay? So create your group. Don't add anybody. Make your banner. A lot of times I'll just take my challenge group post and expand it on PicMonkey on the banner size, and I will just edit it to be my group, to be the banner of my group. So I always, up on the banner, and this is what I do, this isn't what you have to do, but what I do is I include the preseason agenda, which is do your intro video, clean out your kitchen, yada, yada, yada. It's kind of like a checklist for them to follow. And then all I do is I go to the last group I did, I copy and paste the description, and I modify it if it's a different theme, and I add all the files to the group first before I add any people. Number 2, you want to create your intro video. Some coaches create one intro video that's a general video, and they never make another video again. I personally got in the habit of making a new one every month because I feel like I always have a different theme. So that's what I've been doing. I may switch to the other way eventually, but you want to create that, and you want to create a check-in graphic that says, welcome to the group, check in under this post to let me know that you're here. Because this is just a theory of mine, but I think that the way Facebook groups work is that you got to get people interacting right away in the group. And if you can get them checking in on that post, it's letting Facebook know that, yes, that person wants to see the post for this group. Yes, that person's a part of this group. So then they're going to start getting their notifications for the group. They're going to start seeing those posts in their newsfeed. So make a simple graphic with just your face on it. It says, welcome to the group, check in here to let me know you're here. You also want to decide before you start the group if you want to have any contests and how you want your challengers to introduce themselves, because you're going to want to tell them that in your intro video. You want to explain to them what that first intro assignment. During the intro video, you want to tell the challengers to make a post in the group and introduce themselves, whether it's a video or whether it's just a post. Okay, so number 3, add all your people on preseason Monday, post your intro graphic. This gives you time to finish your video. Let's say you didn't get your video done yet. You still need to get it done on Monday or something. It gives you some time. So then Monday evening, you can post your intro video or something. That's what I do usually. So number 4, decide what time you're going to post every day and stick to it. This is so, so important. And I'm not the best at this because I used to be a morning poster. I would always post as soon as I woke up in the morning because my kids would always get me up really early. But now I've switched to posting at night. So it's about between 8 and 10 p.m. is usually when the post goes out. But try to stick to that as closely as possible. And honestly, so many of you guys are so busy. Look into getting a scheduler. There's a lot of reasonable ones out there that don't really cost too much, but you can just upload all the posts in there and just let the scheduler post for you. That way you can focus on the group and not so much trying to post every single day. Plus, you might get very busy if you're running that and a sneak peek and a clean eating group all at the same time or something. That's when the scheduler just completely saves your life. So. Number 5, decide on a template. We have so many templates, you guys, in our FitBuzz files. And if you're Jessica's coach, I'm sure she has a bunch of templates too. There's no reason for you guys to reinvent the wheel for your first challenge, or really until you feel like a pro and you want to start creating your own content and making your own challenge group. But if that's not your thing, if creating challenge group content is not your niche, your thing that you like to do, I say do what you love and what you're talented at. And if writing challenge group posts is not really something you like, go ahead and use the templates. That's what the team is for. Because we've worked really hard to make those and we made them for you guys to use. So use those templates. Number 6, set a reminder in your phone. I put this in all caps and I'm not trying to yell, but set a reminder in your phone to check in. You got to check into your group. I know a lot of coaches who've tried to do their own groups and they fizzle because they're not checking in every day. And you got to go through that group, especially if you're apprentice coach. Like and comment on every single post. That's part of the job of being a coach, is going through that group and liking and commenting on every single post in that group as well as you humanly possibly can. You know what? There's times when you're not going to, but try to do your very, very best and give it your 100%. Number 7, do it all again next month. Don't kill your momentum by being what I want to call is a fair weather coach. So when you're into it, when you're doing your workouts, or when things are going good in your life, you're going to be running your groups. But if something happens in your life where things get a little hectic, or maybe there's an emergency, or maybe whatever, then you decide not to do a group. That really kills momentum. All your challengers are going to be like, what do I do now? So try to be steady, try to be consistent, try to be that steady, consistent person that they always can depend on to know that you're going to be there to support them when they need you. Number 8, walk the walk. And I've said this a bunch of times during this call, but the more you're sticking to your plan, the better your groups are going to be and the better everyone's results are going to be too. I've had a lot of shoulder pain the past couple weeks, which it's feeling a lot better this week. I'm really excited. But I've been kind of like off the workout bandwagon, and I really sort of feel like I've felt that in my groups. Or maybe I just don't feel as connected because I'm not working out as much as what I was. So try to walk the walk. So, okay, last call to action. Now this is something I'm starting for 2016. And this is literally just because I want our team to have a culture where new coaches are going to be added every single month. And I'm planning for 2016, my goal is to add 10 new coaches a month. So if I'm adding 10 new coaches a month, the groups are going to be, I'm going to need the brand new coaches to be the apprentices. So because the groups are getting really huge, we're going up almost to 100 people at this point. My PS coaches can apprentice with me once, meaning you're my apprentice coach, like you're up on the banner. And then if you don't wish to build your own group after that, you and your people can still stay in my group, but you're just going to be like a hobby coach participant, like enthusiast. And you can still invite people to the group and add people to the group, and I'm going to help your people. But I only am going to allow people to be that apprentice, like up in the spotlight one time before they go on to lead their own groups. So the call to action then for you guys is, number one, set the date that your group is going to start in January. So decide that. I want you guys to decide that now. It's down to the wire. This is when you need to decide. So my group is January 4th. We also have the test group for the hammer and chisel starting on the 28th. So that's going to be just one of those groups where it's going to have bazillion coaches in it. And it's just going to be everybody that has hammer and chisel people. So that's a different case. But mine's January 4th. So if you're already been my apprentice one or more times, feel free to mirror my group and mirror the plan that I make for January. But take the reins and do your own group, or pair up with someone else. So number two, if you don't want to be the only leader, which that is completely fine. I think it would be really fun to have like 2 people or even 3 people is an awesome number, because there's 3 weeks in the group. So each person could take 1 week of the group. Choose partners who are willing to commit to the group and invite with you. Hold each other accountable to your daily inviting, because this is your group and you want your group to rock. So you want to get your accountability partners and your success partners also on that same mind frame. Because if you decide that this group is going to rock and you tell your potential customers that this group is going to be the best group yet, it will be. Because positive thinking is real, and the power of positive thinking is so real if you really try to practice it. So, and then number 3 is stick to your plan. Whatever you decide to do it regardless of whether you sign up 2 people, 1 person. Stick to your plan, okay? And of course, if you only had 1 challenger and you didn't have anybody to pair up with, you can totally come in my group. I'm not kicking anybody out or anything like that. I really want you guys to become leaders. I feel like I've built a tribe at this point with my business, but now I want to build leaders. So I'm looking for those people who want to be the leaders in 2016, who are going to start building their own tribes. And I want to work really closely with those people. So, okay, I'm going to unscreen share. I went a little bit over, but we started a little late. Okay, you guys can unmute yourselves now. I'm going to unrecord too.